India's history is a journey through time, filled with powerful empires, spiritual revolutions, and cultural brilliance. It's one of the world's oldest civilizations, with roots that go back tens of thousands of years. Archaeological evidence like cave paintings and stone tools tells us that humans lived in India as early as 400,000 years ago. But the first great civilization here was the Harappan civilization, also known as the Indus Valley Civilization, which flourished around 2500 BCE. They built well-planned cities, developed a written language, and had advanced drainage systems. Their mysterious disappearance around 1500 BCE remains unsolved, though some blame natural disasters or foreign invasions. After the Harappans came the Vedic people, who introduced a new culture and religion. They wrote the Vedas, some of the oldest Hindu texts. The Vedic society gave rise to early forms of Hinduism and created a class system: priests, Brahmins, warriors, Kshatriyas, and commoners, Vaishyas. Their ideas on morality, righteousness, and duty shaped Indian philosophy for centuries. By 322 BCE, Chandragupta Maurya united much of northern India under the Mauryan Empire, the first major Indian empire. Its capital, Pataliputra, modern-day Patna, became a hub of culture, politics, and education. But it was Emperor Ashoka, Chandragupta's grandson, who truly changed history. After a brutal war with Kalinga, he embraced Buddhism, spreading peace and non-violence. Under his rule, Buddhism spread far and wide. After the fall of the Mauryan Empire in the 2nd century BCE, India saw waves of invasions and changing kingdoms. The Shunga dynasty, Kushans, and powerful southern kingdoms like the Chola, Cheras, and Satavahanas rose to prominence. The Kushans played a big role in connecting India to the Silk Road, trading with Rome, China, and Persia. From the 4th to 6th centuries CE, the Gupta Empire brought a golden era of art, science, and peace. They built universities, supported literature, and made advances in astronomy and medicine. But their rule eventually fell to invasions from the Huns, and once again India became a land of many competing powers. In the 8th century, Muslim invaders began entering India. Over the next few centuries, several Delhi sultanates rose and fell, from the slave dynasty to the Khiljis, Tughlaqs, Sayyids, and Lodis. By 1192, Muhammad Ghori had defeated the Rajputs, opening the door for Islamic rule. Delhi became a major Islamic capital, and while it brought conflict, it also introduced new architecture, art, and culture. In 1526, Babur defeated the Lodis at the Battle of Panipat and founded the Mughal Empire. This empire, lasting over 200 years, became one of the richest and most powerful in the world. The Mughals built iconic monuments like the Taj Mahal, promoted art and literature, and blended Persian and Indian cultures. However, by the 1700s, the empire weakened under pressure from Marathas, internal revolts, and European powers, especially the British. The British East India Company first came to India for trade, but slowly took control. In 1857, Indian soldiers rose up in a major rebellion, the First War of Independence. Though it failed, it made the British take full control under Queen Victoria. In the 1900s, the fight for freedom grew stronger. Mahatma Gandhi led the movement with peaceful protests. Big campaigns like non-cooperation, civil disobedience, and Quit India challenged British rule and pushed India closer to independence. Finally, after centuries of rule and decades of struggle, India achieved independence on August 15, 1947. When World War I broke out in 1914, India was still under British rule. As a result, over 1 million Indian soldiers were sent to fight for the British Empire, making India one of the largest contributors to the Allied forces. In World War II, India sent 2.5 million troops, again under British command. Although the country had no real control over its involvement, these contributions played a key part in its history, showcasing India's vast manpower and its people's sacrifice on the global stage. After World War II, the British Empire weakened, and calls for decolonization grew stronger. On June 3, 1947, Britain announced that India would be split into two nations, India and Pakistan. Jawaharlal Nehru became India's first Prime Minister, while Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel served as Deputy Prime Minister, both playing key roles in uniting the country. But freedom came with tragedy. The partition triggered one of the largest population migrations in history. Millions of Hindus and Muslims crossed new borders, leading to intense violence and suffering. The newly formed countries clashed almost immediately over the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir. The region had a Muslim majority, but was ruled by a Hindu Maharaja who eventually chose to join India. This led to the First Indo-Pakistani War, 1947-1948. With fighting escalating, India took the issue to the United Nations, which brokered a ceasefire in 1949. By then, Kashmir was divided, and tensions between the neighbours remained high. In 1949, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar led the drafting of India's constitution, which came into effect on January 26, 1950, turning India into a democratic republic. Dr. Rajendra Prasad became the first president, and India held its first general elections in 1951-52, with Nehru and Prasad winning again. Nehru's second term brought major changes: a Soviet-style 5-year plan for the economy, laws to improve women's rights and ban caste discrimination, free education for children, and the creation of new states based on languages through the States Reorganization Act of 1956. India also developed its first atomic energy program and installed its first computer. India mostly stayed neutral during the Cold War, not siding with the US or the Soviet Union, but there were exceptions. In 1961, after talks failed, India took military action and annexed Goa from Portuguese control. Then, in 1962, India fought a short war with China over border issues in the Himalayas. A ceasefire was reached quickly, but the dispute still isn't fully settled. After Nehru's death in 1964, Lal Bahadur Shastri became Prime Minister. India fought its second war with Pakistan in 1965, again over Kashmir. The Tashkent Agreement was signed in 1966, mediated by the Soviet Union. Shastri mysteriously died the night after the agreement, and Indira Gandhi, Nehru's daughter, became Prime Minister. Though her party lost some popularity, Indira Gandhi adopted socialist policies and strengthened her support base. She nationalized banks and abolished the privy purse given to former royals. In 1971, she led India during the Bangladesh Liberation War, defeating Pakistan in the Third Indo-Pakistani War and helping East Pakistan become the independent nation of Bangladesh. India also signed a 20-year friendship treaty with the Soviet Union in 1971, straining ties with the United States. In 1975, political unrest broke out in the Himalayan kingdom of Sikkim. A public vote was held, and over 97% of people chose to join India. Sikkim officially became India's 22nd state on May 16, 1975. Indira Gandhi declared a state of emergency in 1975. Civil liberties were suspended, protests banned, and thousands arrested. Although the economy improved temporarily, public trust plummeted. In 1977, her Congress party suffered a major defeat. Morarji Desai became Prime Minister, followed by Charan Singh in 1979, but political instability remained. Indira Gandhi returned to power in 1980, but conflict with Sikh separatists in Punjab led to Operation Blue Star, a military raid on the Golden Temple. In retaliation, Gandhi was assassinated by her Sikh bodyguards in 1984. Widespread anti-Sikh riots followed, killing thousands. The Congress Party chose her son, Rajiv Gandhi, as her successor. Rajiv Gandhi won big in the 1984 elections and improved US-India ties. But a corruption scandal involving arms deals from Sweden damaged his clean image. The Congress Party was defeated in 1989. After years of unrest, Narasimha Rao took office in 1991 and introduced major economic reforms, but communal violence, especially between Hindus and Muslims, and corruption weakened his government. The Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, rose in the 1990s, focusing on nationalism and economic growth. Relations with the US improved, and in 2000, President Bill Clinton visited India. Peace talks with Pakistan continued, but by 2001, they had largely failed. India is still developing, but it is now home to over 1.4 billion people, a diverse economy, and one of the world's most vibrant democracies. Despite challenges, India is building its future, driven by history, culture, and the spirit of its people. History isn't just about the past, it's the key to understanding our present and shaping the future. If you enjoyed the journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Histography. See you in the next adventure.